Yo guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you've never been here before. My name's Luke Needham and I'm on a mission to create financial freedom and financial independence using Forex trading and Amazon FBA. And the reason why I'm making this video today is because recently I've been doing my Forex funds evaluation account, and I've actually passed the $10,000 account on my Forex funds. So I just thought I'd jump on today to share that with you guys, share my experience and how I managed to actually pass my Forex funds $10,000 account. Because for me, this is a big milestone. I've been working for around 2 years now on this Forex thing, on the Forex journey, trying to get to a point where I can trade consistently profitably and get to a point where I'm capable of passing these 10k accounts, well, any funded account challenges. So I thought I'd make this video to share with you guys what I've been through to pass that $10,000 challenge. So with this 10k account with my Forex funds, I basically started it in December. I bought the account on the 12th of December. So just before that, I've been working on my trading plan for the last few months and just trying to find a way to basically be consistent with my Forex trading. And what really clicked for me is that if you've just got a consistent set of rules that you're 100% confident in and that you can apply every day, then you're going to get consistent results. Because literally, if you've got consistent rules that you stick to every day with regard to how you're getting involved in trades, how you're getting out of trades, how many trades you're going to do, how much you're going to risk, then you're going to get consistent results. So for me, around the start of December, the first week or so in December, I managed to get my plan to a point where I was really happy with it. I was really confident that I'd got to a point where I had consistent rules for how to get involved in trades and for how to manage the trades once I was involved. So for me, I felt like I reached a point there where I had that trading plan with clearly consistent rules, which in my mind meant that I could produce consistent results from the Forex market. So with that in mind, that's why I decided that I'd buy the 10k challenge from my Forex funds. And the date that I actually bought the challenge was, I believe, the 12th of December. So the first stage of the challenge, it took me about 3 weeks, maybe four weeks to complete it. I was trading over the Christmas period, trying to complete that. Eventually, I did complete it. I completed that last week, I believe. And then around midway through last week, I got my verification account. So I'm pretty sure that was Wednesday last week. And then I've managed to pass the verification account a lot faster. And I passed that in just 4 trading days. So after I passed the challenge and I've been executing this trading plan for around 3 or 4 weeks on this challenge account, the stage 1, I was a lot more confident then going into the verification account. And then the verification, I found it a lot easier because I had that previous experience of executing this plan every day. So the reason why I passed the challenge now, and the thing that's really changed for me, is having that plan with clear, consistent rules. And I've spoke about this before in my other videos, but you need to have a trading plan that's clear and consistent so that you've got complete clarity when you're approaching the markets, and so that you can trade with confidence as well and without emotion. So for me, I knew that if I just stuck to my trading plan, then I would get consistent results. And due to the fact that the strategy I'm using has an edge, that's why the consistent results were also profitable. So that's how I managed to pass this 10k account. So like I said, guys, I've been working on Forex. I think the first time that I started looking into Forex was just before 2020, maybe like December 2019. So it was really January in 2020 when I started actually researching Forex on YouTube. And I just had to learn on YouTube because I didn't know anybody who did Forex at the time. So I had no contacts in the Forex industry. So for me, it all started just by searching things up on YouTube. And that's why I've made this video, is because for me, this is a huge milestone. I've been working towards this goal for 2 years now of being consistent in Forex. And I really feel like I've turned that corner now. And I want to show you guys that if you do stick to the path and if you do stay dedicated and put the work in, then you can get to a point where you can trade consistently profitably. And as a byproduct of that, you'll be capable of passing these 10k accounts. Alright guys, so now I'm going to take you over to my PC screen and then I can show you the actual account metrics, and we can have a look at my trade journal as well for how I actually passed the account in terms of what trades I actually took to pass the account. So I'll take you over to my PC screen now, guys.
Yo guys, so I'm over on my PC now and I've just logged into my Forex Funds account. So let's check out my account analyzer, which is where you can see your trading accounts. So this is my verification account. The phase one, it was actually on the older software. I'm not really sure why my Forex Funds have done that. But yeah, the phase one isn't on this section, it's on a different part. So I'm just going to show the verification here because I think that's the most important, and if I went through the other one as well, it's just going to take more time. So you guys can see here, that's my equity curve. It's gone up pretty nicely really. No real major drawdowns. Had a bit of a dip there, but it has just gone up pretty nicely. So as you can see, I passed a profit target. I'm up $506. Most traded instrument, euro dollar, and it says 46% win rate, but I think in reality it was a bit less than that because it does include the actual partials, I'm pretty sure there. So yeah, trading days, I actually only traded 4 days. As you can see, one day 227 profit, another day 105 profit, another day I lost 97, and another day I made 269, and then this day it was I'm not sure if you need the fifth trading day on the actual verification, but either way, that's why I put the 0.01 lots on, just to make sure that I'd hit that trading days criteria as well. So yeah, let's just take a quick look at the trading history. So I didn't trade anything bigger than 1.33 lots. I'm pretty sure on that one I was using a 3 pip stop loss, and then my biggest loss was $51. $54, sorry, including commissions. So, and then here I lost $51 including commissions. So yeah, I was generally risking about $40 per trade. I mean, $40 my target. I'm not gonna lie, a couple of times I think I risked like 45 on this AUD USD one. I did end up risking $50 because basically where I wanted my stop loss, and once I was in the trade where I wanted my stop loss was 5 pips. So I ended up taking a $50 risk, which just really shows poor lot size selection there with that trade. But with most of these trades, I risked either $40 or $30, and on all the winners, I think the most I risked on the winning trades were like $40 per trade. So yeah, you can see I've had basically the trade that passed the account was this pound yen trade, so that was for 188. And then these two trades here, that was actually the same trade, but this was 75% partials, and then this was basically stopped out at break even. Euro dollar, that was on Friday, I think, last week. But I'm not sure, it was the day when NFP was. So euro dollar, I got stopped out. AUDUSD, I traded that just as NFP was coming out and got stopped out. So I'll show you guys what happened with these trades in my actual journal in a sec. But yeah, that's it really. So I took in total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think 7 trades in total. Let's see. Oh, there's some more there. So yeah, I think 8 or 9 trades in total. But anyway, I'll take you over to my journal in a sec. So that's it. That's the proof that I passed. I got the profit target, $500, and I managed to do that with 55 days left on the account. So I'm just waiting now. I've signed my contract and I've sent my ID in, so I'm just waiting now to hear back from support, and then I'll be getting the fully funded 10k account. Alright, so without further ado, let's look at some of the trades. Alright guys, so I'm not gonna lie, sometimes my journal's not perfect. I really focus, I always put the screenshots in there, but I don't always fill out all the information. That's something I'm still working on, is keeping disciplined with putting all the information in the journal, because the thing is for me, like every trade is pretty much the same, like it's the same setup. So as long as I've got the screenshots, I pretty much know what happened. But yeah, props to you guys if you have got a fully detailed journal that includes everything. But for me, some of these trades are more detailed than others with the journaling. But what I have got is the screenshots for all the trades. So let's have a look through them. Alright, so some of you guys might know that I'm with the Vertex Investing mentorship group. And the strategy that I use, it's basically the scalping strategy from the Vertex mentorship group. So that might be a bit confusing to you guys if you watch my weekly forecast where I forecast the higher time frames. But what I found is that I like to forecast for higher time frames, but then I like to actually get involved using this scalping strategy on the intraday moves, because for me that's what I found the most consistency with, and I really enjoy scalping in general. So what I'll generally do is I'll look at what's happening on the higher time frame, try to work out roughly what I think is going to happen for the day, but then when it really comes down to it, I do just follow my scalp strategy. And I'll link in the description the Vertex scalping strategy, which they've provided on YouTube for free. So I'll link that in the description. You guys can go look at that and then you can see how I'm applying it in real time. Alright, so here on this one, first trade on the account, we got break structure, mitigation, break structure, just like gets spoken about in the Vertex scalping strategy video, the free one provided on YouTube. So yeah, this one's taken on a 3 minute, and then the point of interest refined on the 1 minute. So I marked this on, and then when price got in there, I was looking and waiting, and then I was watching it on the 5 second, and as soon as we got 5 second break structure, I just did a manual execution, and that was with my stop loss below the POI. So what happened with this one was basically I took some partials on the way up. So I think somewhere up here I ended up taking partials, and then the rest of the position I moved my stop loss to where it says revised stop loss, and then I got stopped out for the rest of it for a profit. So in total out of this trade I think I did about 6-1, and yeah, that euro dollar trade is this one. Sorry, not that one, I don't think. Yeah, that euro dollar trade is basically a mix between this one, and that one, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because I had 1.2 lots on that trade. So that is 0.7 plus 0.25 plus 0.25. So that's how I did my partials for that euro dollar trade. Alright, so moving on. So whilst I was in this trade, what I actually saw is the Vertex scalping setup, but in the opposite direction. So I was already up about 4-1, I think, at this point, and basically I just wanted to hedge the position because I saw a breaker structure with the mitigation, like the Vertex scalp strategy describes. And then yeah, what I didn't want to happen was that I was up 4-1, and then I've seen the pattern playing out in the opposite direction, and then I end up getting stopped out. So that's why I put this trade on. So this is at the same time as I was long here. I took the short to basically hedge against it, and what happened is it just got stopped out straight away. I've not actually got the exit screenshot there, but you can see from this one that I was selling around there, and it just smashed through it. So that was the loss, which is this one here, euro dollar minus 43. Like I say, sometimes it's slightly above 40, but I'm pretty sure with the commissions, that's what made it more than 40 with that trade. So that's the first two trades. So now the third trade I took. Yeah, so it's a 5 minute order flow that I was trying to get involved in. And again, I did the 5 second breaker structure, manual execution. And what happened is I actually just got stopped out. So if you look, I got involved here at the top of that point of interest. And then basically I got stopped out as it went further into the point of interest that I predicted. So that was a -1 there on euro dollar, and that was this trade here, so -51. So I must have risked roughly 45 on that, and then the commissions as well. So the fourth trade. So it's basically the same trade, but the thing is, with the previous trade, I was confident in this overall situation, but with the previous trade, I got in too early. So what I saw is it went deeper into the point of interest that I was looking at. So it went deeper into this order flow. So we got breaker structure, mitigation, breaker structure, and that comes out of this order block here. So it's literally just again breaker structure, mitigation, breaker structure. That's the setup that I trade. That's the vertex scalping strategy, and that's basically the only setup that I'm using at the minute. And yeah, what we saw is it went deeper. So after I got stopped out there from a previous trade, it went deeper in. We get our next 5-second break of structure. As soon as I saw that, I manually executed. And then yeah, what I noticed is basically we came up here and we broke structure. Well, it looked like it was going to break structure, but the thing is that there was liquidity here, and I'm pretty certain that there was news here as well, like there was news coming out, and we just tapped into this liquidity. We're seeing these wick rejections. So I took 75% partials at 6R, so that locked up roughly 4.5R. And yeah, that's this trade here. So about 4R, considering I risked 40 on it. It was maybe just under 6R there. But that's the partials that I took on that trade, and then this 0.25 lots here, that's the other part of that overall trade. So in total, I took one lot on that trade. 0.75 I closed for 164 profit. The other 0.25 it went against me, and I took a small loss on that. So that was the fifth trade, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, so this one, same setup again. I mean, it's literally the same setup on all the trades. And this is what consistent trading looks like, guys. You literally do the same thing again and again and again, and it's just consistent rules, and that produces consistent results. So breaker structure, mitigation, breaker structure, and then that left the point of interest, and then literally I was just waited for the 5-second breaker structure, and then I manually executed when I saw price coming back roughly to where I wanted it. I was happy with that stop loss, so that's why I took it there. But guys, this was honestly, this was very, very silly trade. Well, silly management for me. I was just really made an error here. So literally, we got up here, and I actually saw price. It literally tapped past the profit target, so it actually went to 10,500 for a couple of seconds, but then it came back down, and I was literally sat in front of the screen watching it when my equity was like 10,499 compared with what it was down here, which was like 10,300. And yeah, basically I let it retrace all the way against me from being within $1 of the profit target to then ending up in the end taking minus $40 on that trade, minus $43. So yeah, that trade was pretty tragic, really, the actual outcome of it. But that just goes to show, guys. I mean, look, I stuck to my plan, but this is the thing, guys. Don't try and pass the challenge. If your equity is within like $10, $20 of passing the challenge, you can just take the equity and then get the other $20 on another trade tomorrow or later in the day. There's literally no need to pass the challenge on that day. And essentially, as a byproduct of me trying to rush to pass with this trade and not just taking my equity when I had literally like within $5, $10 of the actual profit target, I ended up basically losing. Even more technically, I only lost $40. Like really, in actual open profits, it's retraced on me for over $150 there. And then after this trade, I mean, like I wrote here, exit psychology, pretty annoyed at this, and I say I've made a management mistake. So, I mean, that was the only trade I'd taken that day, and for me, I'm happy to take two in a day. That's what it says in my plan. But I was probably a bit annoyed after this trade. And then AUD USD, this was basically at NFP. So this was after that trade and after that situation. I mean, I probably shouldn't have traded again after that, to be fair, because my emotions were not really ideal because I just come so close to passing it and then let it go back against me. But anyway, I did take another trade. I mean, as you guys can see, break structure, mitigation, break structure, it still fits the plan. It's still the same situation. So I don't regret the trade, but I do think it would have been wiser to stay out of it. But this is the trade. I did make a mistake on it. I actually ended up risking $50 on this. So 54 officially there, but that does include commissions. But yeah, I ended up risking $50 on this, and that's, you know, just careless really. And like I say, I probably was a little bit tilted with that trade. Even though it did fully fit my plan, I did risk $10 more than I planned to, which isn't really acceptable. But at the end of the day, that's what happens sometimes if when you're not 100% perfect, and that's why you've got to try and remain emotionless with your trading, guys. But even so, I mean, all these trades fit my plan, and with that one, I did just lose $10 more, probably because I was a bit tilted from a previous trade. Alright, so that was last week. So over the weekend, my equity was back down to like, I think 10,240, and you know, I was holding on to what had happened with this euro dollar trade a bit at weekend. So honestly, I just had to do a bit of self-forgiveness really, recompose myself and just come in with a fresh perspective on the Monday, because at the end of the day, you know, I was still up $240 on the account. I'd started the week with 10,000, so having that extra 240 was a bonus. So I just came in with a positive attitude on Monday and came to execute my plan again. So Monday comes, we've got pound dollar, and this was just after London Open, so yeah, 807 this. We got break structure, mitigation, break structure, and then the order blocks there. And then literally I wait for a 5-second break structure, and then I took a manual execution. So with this one, it had basically gone about 4 hour. It was at 4 hour pretty much, and then I started to see that it was reversing a bit. And after what had happened on the Friday, I just wanted to lock up some of that profit. So what I did, I took 75% partials at 4 hour, so I locked up 3 hour out of that trade, and then I moved to break even with the rest of it. So let's just go look back here. Yeah, so look, 0.7. So in total, I took one lot volume, and the 0.75 lots, that's where I took the 75% profit. And at this point, I was risking $30, not 40, on that trade. So that's why it's a bit lower in dollars. And then the other 0.25 is pretty much gone to break even. So yeah, really happy with my management there. And this is the thing, guys. You know, don't be scared to take partials, because it's easy when you're 4-1, 5-1. It's easy to think it's just going to keep going, but the reality is that a lot of the time it doesn't keep going, and it will just come back against you. And literally, that's why securing partials is such a powerful technique for actually being profitable in Forex. So I would advise you guys to have some type of plan of when you're going to take your partials out of the market, and do try to take some partials when you're running in like 4-1, 5-1. Unless you have some clear reason not to. But yeah, that was GU. So that was the first trade of the week this week, and the first trade on Monday, and that was profitable. And then, like I say, I'll take a maximum of 2 trades in a day. So after that one, I was open to taking another one. With this one, so we had my 4-hour point of interest on pound yen, which I'd spoke about on the forecast the weekend. And then what we had was basically break of structure, break structure. I've not actually drawn it on, but it's basically mitigation. Look, when this price comes back up here into the point of interest that calls the first break of structure, that's your mitigation. So we've got break structure, mitigation, break structure, and that leaves behind this order block here. So that's what I was looking at on this trade. And then, as usual, I was watching my 5-second, and then for me personally, I saw this 5-second break structure, and that's what convinced me. So this stop loss isn't accurate, this is just the entry. So this is where I did the manual execution, and I had my stop loss, I think on this one about 7.5 pips, and my stop loss was up here somewhere, just above this candle, I think, or maybe just below. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 7.5 pips. And then I moved my stop loss to reduce the risk once I'd seen price form this double top type thing and then start to move away. And then, yeah, basically I moved my stops to break even once we made another low high and then low low. I moved my stops to break even, and then finally it hit the profit target, which took my equity above 10,500. So I just exited out there, pretty much where you can see. But as you can see, this trade was a really good one, and if it would have been the real account, I probably would have got more out of it than I did, because obviously I just took the trade as soon as I reached that equity that I needed. But this is a good example as well. It shows like if you're trading away from the higher time frame point of interest, so like here we're trading away from that 4-hour order block, you're a lot more likely to get a big move coming out of it. So if you can get one of these scalp setups and it's backed up by that higher time frame order block, then they're really the best setups that you're going to get in terms of these scalp model entries. So yeah, that's it, guys. And that's all the trades I took to pass the challenge. So it literally is, for me, I use the Vertex Scout model, and it literally is just this breaker structure, mitigation, breaker structure, and for me, that's all that I need. So literally, I'm going to continue doing this every day, just waking up, getting ready for London session, and then I'll be watching the market. And as soon as the Vertex Scalps setup becomes available, I'll be open to taking a position, and then I'll generally be doing manual executions, because for me personally, I'd rather be watching the second time frame and then take the manual execution rather than just leave it to chance and have a limit order placed there. So that's it, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed this journal review, and I hope you're enjoying this video. So I'll go back to my face on the camera now, just to say some closing words, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this journal review.
Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed that trade journal review that I've just done. Thank you very much for watching, and I just want to talk again, like, the reason why I've made this video is because I just want to show people that it is actually possible to make money from Forex, and it is possible to pass these funded accounts. So guys, if you want to be a Forex trader, and if you want to get better at Forex and get to a point where you're consistently profitable, then just don't give up on it, because it is possible to do if you're dedicated, if you put in the work. And honestly, as soon as you've got a trading plan that you can be fully consistent with, so a trading plan with a clear set of rules which you're 100% certain in, then you should be getting really consistent results. If you're consistently sticking to a consistent set of rules, then there's no reason why your results shouldn't be consistent. So as long as the strategy that you're using has got an edge, then that's all you need to be consistent, guys. A clear plan with consistent rules and a profitable strategy. So guys, thanks very much for watching, and if you guys do want to learn more about Forex, then please check out the resources that I've got linked in my description. I've got a lot of good resources in there. I've got the baby pips, which is for beginners. I've got the Vertex investing link, which is where I'd recommend if you want to start learning Forex strategy. And then I've also got multiple trading psychology resources in there. So if you guys are interested in getting better at Forex and you want to learn more, then please check out the resources in my video description. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I hope you've enjoyed this video about me achieving one of my key milestone goals of getting this $10,000 My Forex Funds account. I hope you guys all have a great trading week, and a great trading week whenever you're watching this. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I hope you subscribe to the channel. Thanks, guys.